Look, last week we did New Jack City, fun movie, a little ridiculous, a little over the top. That's why it's so good. This week we did Colors, 1988, directed by Dennis Hopper, a more realistic, gritty film.
Yeah.
You would think this is a documentary. It's so realistic.
It was cool to see the contrast of like East Coast crime and West Coast crime. I did like that.
Yeah, true.
However, it's not too realistic. There's still some fun to be had. There's some car chases and motorcycle on foot chases and
Several drive-bys.
fire extinguishers filled with drugs. That was an interesting.
That happens a lot, actually. Pretty cool. Oh, so wait, were you being sarcastic or ironic when you said it was realistic?
Yeah, this movie is not realistic. I'm gonna put it out there. It
Oh.
tries to be realistic, but it is not realistic at all.
That was the only thing I didn't particularly like is how hard this movie is trying to be like serious and important, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't have that like spike. It has like instead of like that how what's the fucking movie we watched last time called?
Clockers.
No.
New
Yeah,
Jack City.
Clockers. New Jack City, how it has like the Spike Lee thing about the dialogue and what it's saying, like socially and stuff. This has like a Dennis Hopper version of that. You know what I mean? Like, I need help with this point, but like,
Extremely racist.
it's just kind of stupid. There's like weird, stupid
Well,
touches,
hold on,
but they're
Adam,
kind
what
of
did you think
charming. Like, I don't know. What are you guys talking about?
What did you think of the black cops in the movie?
Thought they were pretty cool and professional guys.
Black cops
Like-
are blue first, black second.
There's like almost no black cops in this movie. There's like no black like perspective other than like
Oh yeah, they're all the whites. All the white people in the
all the
movie
cops
are
are white and all the black guys are the criminals. There's like
except for that one
there's a
ginger
cop
guy.
at the end. There's a cop at the end who's black, Sean Penn's new partner.
One of
There's
the
one
one of the sheriffs, and then one of like the higher up cops was black too. And then
Cy Richardson
token blacks.
is Cy Richardson the sheriff,
Right.
the guy from Kinjite?
Yeah.
He's kind of heavy. I think he might have been a sheriff. But
And then on the other side, they got the ginger white guy in the gang.
From
What
The
reminded
Burbs.
me of the
That's
the
what he's
Burbs.
from, the Burbs. Yeah.
Courtney
Yes.
Gaines, one
I
of the
remember he
one of the
played
great
some weirdo in
80s
another
actors. He's also in Can't Buy Me Love. He plays the character Whitey.
he's like that guy in American Me, the white guy in the Cholo gang.
Sure.
Well,
I'm
that
just saying.
gang in that gang 21st Street in the movie is supposed to be diverse and supposed to be like the weakest gang, and they're always getting their ass kicked.
Oh yeah, that's
There's
when
also
like the guy
there's
is
black
talking.
guys in it too.
Yeah, but that's when that like older black like ex-gang member is talking to them and stuff. He's like talking to every race. He's talking to all of us.
Yeah, the guy from Reservoir Dogs. There's a lot of recognizable actors in this movie. The leads, of course, are Robert Duvall and Sean Penn, and then you got like Seymour Cassell is in the background in the police
Yeah,
scenes,
he,
but
like,
he doesn't really
barely
do
has a-
anything.
He doesn't have a speaking part role really.
What about
Jack
Jack
Nance?
Nance? Yeah, Eraserhead. They
Yeah.
dropped him in there. That was cool.
In the van, when you first see Crips, the van is full, is like it's a fucking van of stars, future
Don
stars.
Cheadle.
Damon
Don
Wayans.
Cheadle, Damon Wayans acting
I
like
think
don't-
David Waynes might have been on SNL already and fired.
oh okay.
He said the F
Oh,
word
I see.
live on the air.
Nice. What?
But
Just
he-
one F word and you get fired? That's effed up.
He said fuck this and like walked off the show.
Oh, like that.
That's awesome. All right, that's cool.
Then what he went on to do in Living Color?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude,
It
I was gonna
like-
say, speaking of In Living Color, he kind of acts like Handyman in this movie. I feel like
No, he's acting weird. He's acting like he's supposed to be on PCP.
oh okay.
But they're always
Sherm is
smoking
either
Sherm.
Yeah, Sherm is either PCP, but it could also be dipped in formaldehyde is the other form of Sherm.
Ew. What is
That sounds
PCP?
fine.
I have no idea.
I mean, I'm not asking like animal tranquilizer. Like I know what it is, but like it's a liquid, right? If you dip it,
It makes sense. I mean, they could.
We've
you could
never
also
seen
put
it.
it into a cigarette, like you could put crack into a cigarette. You could probably, if it was solid, you could also
It's
do
a
that.
vial.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I like drugs and vials.
Vials are cool. It makes you feel like a scientist.
Totally.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. There's a lot of dumb photos online, generic
Dude.
pictures.
You got to go to the source to get down to this.
I
Don
mean, but
Cheadle in the movie, he doesn't do drugs. He's Rocket. He keeps it together. You know, he needs to be sober when he drives into the Bloods neighborhood and yells, "Sup, Blood?" or like, "Hey, Blood," and then just immediately kills a guy.
that was tight. I like that part.
Drive-bys were like a big. This is like a big point of like. I feel like the news talked about drive-bys a lot. Maybe they did a lot of drive-bys back then.
Yeah, they did kill a lot of people back then because they said in the beginning they killed 348 people in LA last year.
That's a lot.
In the 80s is they had a lot more homicides in LA and New York, like a lot more.
Probably
Well, I thought
Oakland
crime
too.
is up. I thought crime is up and cities are more dangerous than ever.
No.
Crime is at historic lows. Has been for 10, 15 years.
That's what all the suburban pussies tell me, though. And that's where I get my news.
To tell you crime is up based on like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
There was a COVID bump.
Oh, everybody. Yeah, people were committing crimes because they were afraid of going, but or closer than 6 feet to somebody else.
Well, also Black Lives Matter caused a problem where the cops stopped enforcing
see.
crimes.
Oh, nice.
So,
I mean, that could help crime go down. It's only a crime if a cop, arrests you for it.
It's only a crime if you get prosecuted, right?
Decriminalize all crime.
100% agree.
Murder.
Rape.
Yeah.
the problem with these LAPD homicide rate charts is that everything is based on how many murders per 100,000, and it's like, how am I supposed to fucking know? I have to find an actual visual graph. All right, so I'll show you the chart.
You're just like, I'm just a guy trying to be scared.
I'm just trying to know how many murders are per year, but so you can see like 85.
He's got a chart.
25 to 100,000. And then the early 90s, we get up to like 30 homicides per 100,000. And then in the mid 90s, it starts dropping drastically.
That would be right when the assault weapons ban happened, 1994.
Also 3 strikes.
Oh my God, I hate that shit. We shouldn't be applying baseball rules to the criminal justice system. It's ridiculous. Thankfully, they've basically overturned it here in California. It doesn't really mean anything anymore.
I think they should have volleyball rules where you have to have one more crime than the courts have conviction. You know what I mean? They don't win. You have to be like one.
Like love?
Yeah,
like
love.
Tennis?
Tennis.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
The 3 strikes law came in after Polly Klaas because her family was hella rich and they lobbied for that stupid rule.
Love is in volleyball too, I think, actually. I'm thinking about it.
Also, what about how the fact that guy was with Polly Klaas and didn't like a cop drive by and not stop him? That's like part of the story too.
I can't remember.
But that was big because I was from Northern California, above, like north of San Francisco in Petaluma.
Right. I was going to say Santa Rosa, but it's Petaluma.
But that
arm wrestling capital of the world.
Arm wrestling, you said?
Yes, Petaluma is the arm wrestling capital of the world. That's where Over the Top was filmed.
Oh,
I thought Over the Top took place in Stockton.
Maybe I'm mistaken, but Petaluma is the arm wrestling capital of the world.
Stockton is the boxing capital of the world.
What makes it the arm wrestling capital of the world?
They just had a lot of
thing.
They had a lot of competitions, yeah, and marketing.
Oh, sure. I get it. You lean into what you got.
Got a lot of truck drivers over there. Now, this movie Colors, I saw this when I was 5 years old in the movie theater. Me and my brother and my mom went. We saw this and Willow the same night. But an hour into Colors, my mom pulled me out of the theater and wouldn't let me watch it and had to wait in the lobby. And then I had to wait for my brother David to come out afterwards and be like, yeah, it was cool. and he was 8, so he was mature enough to handle it.
You got a cool mom, dude.
Um,
But
we were
dude,
very excited for the movie. We loved rap and we loved Ice-T, so we were just down for this movie.
what do you think of Willow?
Willow fucking rocked my socks, dude.
Dude,
When the bird shit on that one annoying dwarf guy's head,
yeah.
I was laughing so hard. Willow, I got confused about Willow because I watched this like segment on TV where they said they used a mechanical baby during the like chase scene on the mountain. And
Okay.
I extrapolated that they used a mechanical baby the entire movie. And so like every close up of a baby, I kept thinking that's mechanical, that's animatronic, that's so confusing.
Yeah, that would be confusing.
And I was just 5 years old, so I didn't understand. And I would tell everybody this, and they'd be like, "What? What are you talking about? That's a baby. That's a baby, William.
Start
That's
thinking
not a
babies are
mechanical
robots.
robot." I'm like, "But they said, and I saw it."
Dude, what if Willow fucked Maria Conchita Alonso in Willow?
Oh, and Willow was like hated by the neighborhood barrio boys
Yeah.
because he spray painted one of the boys in the face.
That was
Yeah.
uncalled
You're
for.
just terrorizing the neighborhood. Willow
Did you like
is.
that scene? Disturbed me as a kid. Sean Penn spray paints a young lad in the face with green spray paint.
Yeah.
I remember thinking that was bad.
I was just stressed because Robert Duvall had just gotten done telling the kid they were like in front of this like big beautiful mural of Jesus, and Robert Duvall just got done saying like, if you spray paint this, they'll kill you. And then Sean Penn's just spray painting this kid's face right in front of it. I was like, dude, don't mess up that beautiful mural of Jesus. I was stressed.
I don't think it's that mural. One of these murals is in Blood In, Blood Out. I think it's the one with the Virgin Mary.
There, I feel like this movie has places that are in other movies.
Oh,
Like
totally.
that one house that's on the hill by the docks that they like raid.
In Long Beach.
Isn't that a To Live and Die in LA? I feel like that's the
I mean,
same
it's
area,
near
neighbor,
it's
like
the same
street.
area, but because that's where the port is. The subplot involving the fire extinguishers with the drugs is completely ridiculous. But the thing I like about it is that they get the intel from the sheriff department. And then we see later on how the sheriff department gets intel, which is all because the sheriffs run the jail, LA County. So they're just surrounded by these gang members and criminals, and then they're able to get the information. So I thought that was like, so it's like there is something a little more realistic than you would normally see in a movie, but then you have this like subplot of a guy of like these idiot gang members buying drugs from
Yeah.
like Vietnam. It's like what was it? Like a Vietnamese fire extinguisher went to Panama and then they added the drugs and then they sent it to LA.
Went through Colombia because
Colombia.
that was where all the shit was back then.
Yeah. I do like how that one Mexican dude is just sitting on the couch eating the burrito and chips
yeah.
when they bust him.
Just like
It
the
looks-
nastiest burrito falling apart in his hand. That was hella funny. Like it did not look delicious at all.
I thought it looked good. I thought it looked like a real one. I was like, oh, that's like a real authentic burrito.
Yeah.
And then I loved when they like
What
pulled
would a
that
Mexican guy be doing in his house? You know?
eating a burrito.
Yeah, exactly.
Dennis Hopper's like, yeah, man, get him a burrito. Come on. And then I like when they pull the guy out next door and the naked lady.
Me
And
too.
Yeah,
Sean
that was
Penn-
cool.
Sean Penn's like, what?
He's like, damn.
His face.
Shit a nice bush.
Yeah. Mike,
I feel like
they are getting into Bush.
I feel like Bush is making a comeback, or maybe that's just what I'm
It's
watching.
been
but-
back.
We talked about this like a
For like 10
few
years,
weeks ago.
dude.
I feel like.
Sorry, I can't
No, it's
remember.
okay.
I
I
can't
know.
remember shit.
It's just a really stupid thing to bring up, to have like multiple conversations about on the podcast, like weeks apart. So I just need to. But yeah, you're right. That Bush is back, baby.
Yeah,
I'm here
we're
for it.
attacking a fucking Middle Eastern country. Bush is back, bro.
Ah,
Oh yeah, for real.
W. Bush.
What if his name was George W. Pubes?
All right. All right. Nice. Nice.
Would he be? Would he act differently?
Maybe it would cool him down a little bit.
Remember his daughter
Yeah, she's so
change
hot.
at
The
the
Bush daughters.
beach, and then you saw her like you saw her half shaved bush, not half shaved, but
What do
like
you mean
half grown
half-shaved?
in. Laura Bush.
No, I
They
didn't
showed
see
her
that.
pussy on the news. God, that was great.
I don't remember that.
Are you going to be
I
looking
believe
this
it.
up? Are you going to be googling this for the boys right now?
No, I remember it vividly.
I'll do it.
You're gonna Google it. Wow, she hosts a TV show now.
Good for her.
She's with one of those morning talk shows. But yeah, there's another great scene in this movie that I loved when I was a little kid when they go to Rocket's girlfriend's house and she's getting banged by a guy named Killer B. And then he says he's reaching for his pants, which I don't know if that's actually what he was doing. He says so. He's like, I gotta get my pants. And then the guy from my close range shoots him 3 times.
You're also glossing over the fact that the best tits in the movie were in that part too. The girl that he's with had a nice pair.
I don't even remember her tits. I just remember that
Whoa.
dude's ass.
Well,
And it was a great ass. That's
when
the best
when a
ass in
man's
the
ass
movie.
is that good, you don't even notice the tits.
fair enough.
That's Leon, and he's the lead in Cool Runnings. He was also in the van at the beginning. That's why I said the van was a van of stars.
I never saw Cool Running, so I didn't put that together. He has a great close up where he's like, I was just getting my pants.
Yeah.
And Robert Duvall is like, I'm gonna get you an ambulance. I'm gonna get you an ambulance. And this guy seems
he was
to
like,
die.
I'll get your pants. I'll get you.
This guy seems to die in a very relaxed state. Not in a lot of
Dude,
pain.
well, he's fucking, you know. Hey, I'm hearing a little feedback on you, dude.
Yeah, that's Mike's earphones.
Is that better?
Did you turn it down?
No, I turned my air conditioner off. Is that better?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, sorry. I always ask if you can hear that, and you guys always tell me you can't hear it. So I thought it's off. It's off.
Man,
It's
you
weird.
really leapt into action though when William said it was Mike. Nice work.
What is a high top from?
High Top is Glenn Plummer. He's in Showgirls.
Yeah, he's the
I
guy
thought
in
he was
Showgirls.
Something else.
He's in a lot of stuff.
Okay,
He's the guy who
okay.
teaches Nomi how to dance or something. Nomi.
Menace to Society, South
Yeah,
Central.
of course. Yeah,
Speed.
yeah.
He's in Speed.
Did you recognize a young Latino boy towards the end?
Mario Lopez.
Bingo. AC Slater, baby. So a Slater was Latino. I thought he was Italian this whole time.
What?
You joking?
I'm pretty sure I did think he was Italian. Hey,
Wow.
what's the difference? You know what I'm saying, fellas? I'm racist in a really weird way about Italians and Latinos. That's true.
What about Maria Conchita Alonso as Sean Penn's love interest, the girl from the fast food worker?
I'm torn over her. I feel like she was really hot in The Running Man, and she looked okay, but I didn't really like her nude body. It just wasn't. She kind of looked like a skeleton.
That's tough. And that's a tough
What did you think about the complexity of a cop dating a barrio girl?
That was powerful.
Stupid.
Highly realistic.
I mean, remember how like she was immediately
I
like,
love you. What's up, bitch? I love you. Stupid idiot guy.
remember how she was like as immediately extremely into him?
Yes.
Spicy. She's
That would
kind of
never
like
happen. I feel like that was
she's
like
like
a
the
little
original Salma Hayek.
silly. Yeah, sure. I get what you're saying.
The thing I kept thinking about her character was that like this girl would have so many kids. There's like no, but like it's hard to tell her age. She seems like she's in her late 20s, older
was
than
she-
him,
Who was like the
and she has this terrible job. I'm like, oh yeah, she would definitely have like 3 kids by now.
yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I knew women like this. The thing is, like in San Francisco in the 80s, it wasn't like, I mean, there are yuppies in there, but who lived there, but it was so ghetto. I knew so many ghetto kids.
Yeah, I mean the tech industry wasn't there yet, so it wasn't totally gentrified yet.
No, especially not in the Mission.
Yeah.
When did
So
you live? When? What? How old were you when you lived there?
5,
Until when?
6.
No. Oh,
I learned a lot. I lived there from 4 to 6. I
a
saw
hell
a
of a
lot.
year. Yeah.
I saw a
Yeah.
lot. Okay, a lot of teen pregnancies.
Maybe those are all your
My-
core memories.
Plus, my sister's older. My sister was older. She was a teenager.
When,
she's a
So
she's
you-
a character.
So you meet like a lot of. I would meet like teenagers. I would go to like her friend's house and go to like
sure, sure.
weird guys' houses and stuff
And
like
they'd
that.
molest
So
you, and then you go home.
I remember she had this one black boyfriend who like would pick me up and throw me like 10 feet in the air, and I would land on my mom's bed, and I thought it was like so fun.
Yeah, every
Stuff like
kid
that.
likes that.
First time I met William's sister, we were in the parking lot of the church and market Safeway, and she rolls up in a white Lexus with a white little dog sticking out the window. Hi, William. Oh, she was so cool. She was hella cool.
Would she's still alive?
Yeah,
she
she's
is.
okay,
She
cool.
is cool. She was cool back then, and she's cool now.
Mike just said was, and
She was cool, and
Come
she
on,
is
Mike.
still cool.
Right.
What was
Be careful though.
Yeah.
The tense that we're using.
Okay. My
You're
bad.
bringing
my
it
bad.
down.
She tried to start a porta potty business that didn't pan out. Lost a lot of money on that.
Damn, that's why did she do that?
And I was like, why would anyone do that? Because
She got scammed.
I'm like, I guess that's a TikTok thing. And I looked up on TikTok, and yeah, it's like, this is how I do porta potties. It's like,
She got this happened recently or something?
it's not a scam. It's just that she thought it would be easier than it was. And it's a really hard job.
Why
Well,
would
this-
you
this-
why do you want to involve yourself with human feces? You know what
the
I'm saying?
scam was she got dropped a bunch of busted ass porta potties. That was the scam. You gotta check the porta potties before you
That
bring
too.
them in.
Oh, that sucks.
You buy the porta potties online or whatever, and then
Yeah.
they deliver them, and they're like old.
They were
Yeah, you can't
used
do that
porta
sight
potties?
unseen. Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Damn, what did she do with them?
So it
guess
was
you just
like
start
you had
pooping
to
in
she had
them,
to have
right?
a lot. So she had to lease a lot to place them, and then she had to buy a vehicle to transport them.
How
Class
many
Class B license. You're
you're
gonna
not
need
rent, you're
with
saying?
a
You had to
tanker.
buy?
endorsement.
Lease,
Oh, lease. Okay. All
you
right,
lease
all right.
everything or but you have to buy the porta potties.
How many porta potties are we talking?
A lot.
Like 50 or
And
what?
she just kind of gave up, I think, because it was like
Ah.
it's hard
What are
to
you
get
gonna do?
clients too.
Yeah, you just go around looking for guys that really need to poop.
She's an
or pee.
entrepreneur. She's trying many things.
Hey, you need a porta potty? This guy that's like holding his belly.
It's going to be hard to compete with like Honey Pot and the ones like the big corporately owned porta potty companies that probably have deals with the contractors, and it's
It's all about branding. You know what I mean? You got to like paint them white and then call them like I shit or something like that. You know what I'm saying, guys?
See through like an iMac.
Yeah,
And you can see,
yeah.
but it like kind of foggy, so you can kind of see a foggy guy in there take a dump.
Yeah, just the shape of a man on a toilet.
Now your mic is too quiet.
Oh.
Is your mic even on?
Uh,
That's gross.
that's gross. We just got done talking about your sister's porta potties.
Yeah, your voice is gross.
Oh, damn. I got a porta potty kind of voice.
What do you guys think of the powerful and moving scene of the community outreach? And everybody was giving their opinion of the police and how to fix the streets. Candyman,
I don't remember that.
Tony,
I don't remember
Tony
that.
Todd.
That's the only part I
right,
remember
right.
about that is Candyman was in it,
Yeah.
and he's a veteran.
He's playing Candyman in the movie too. He's like, I gotta haunt these places. These are so bad. I'm gonna start haunting them.
He had a mouthful of bees.
Yeah.
Bzzz.
I'm gonna shoot my fucking bees at you if you don't clean up the streets. And he did.
That's true. Candyman is a hood movie. It's shot in Cabrini, Cabrini Green, the famous Chicago projects.
I don't remember that. 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 I don't remember that
That's the one thing we don't see in this movie or any of the projects in LA.
Yeah, this was I was feeling like parts of it were East LA, but then or maybe it is both. It's East LA and
Most
like
of
South
it
Central.
is East LA, most of it is downtown, all the same places where they shoot every movie.
Isn't there
Right.
South Central parts though? Like I feel like the car chase is South Central.
They go to Watts, and then the car, yeah, Sean Penn drives the car, the beautiful brand new car that Robert Duvall has. He drives it into the Watts Tower and it like flips. That
What
was a
is what is the Watts Tower? Are they? It looked like the Sagrada Familia. What are they trying to do there?
some guy
Oh,
built it in his house on his
It's
property.
just like some artsy deal or something. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's also where the climax of Ricochet takes place.
Oh yeah.
that would be cool to build something like that and then have movies shoot it there. And you're like, you know, I made
What?
that. I don't. Then you were rich and famous beyond your wildest dreams.
Like your porta, like that's my porta potty in the movie.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah, the
That's my
Watts
porta
Tower.
potty right there.
I think it's just some guy built it, and then it became so like memorable and well known that it became. And now it's like a historical landmark, National
cool.
Historic Landmark.
Really?
That goes to show you if you are like in an apartment or you're renting a house, something like that, just turn it into something really crazy, and then it'll get turned into a landmark.
Build a giant tower out of junk.
Yeah,
An Italian immigrant.
without telling your landlord.
He made art. Look, we have to
Oh, an
build.
Italian man.
We need, we need special, memorable, beautiful things in our lives. So you have to build it. The Watts Tower.
That's cool. Remember the part where is it High Top? It goes to jail and then he's like everybody's wearing their gang colors in the jail and they're all like, there's like a rap song. There's like a rap song
Ice-T's playing
montage.
Color T. Yeah, and they also have do-rags and all the things they take away from you
Is it-
immediately upon arriving in jail.
Oh, they don't let him keep wearing their gang colors.
No.
No. And they're
Why
like yelling
not?
at each other across from
What
like
was that
two
supposed to be?
sides.
Is that a dream sequence or what was that?
It's a little more exciting. It's just to illustrate that they're in gangs.
It's
How
a
am I
Dennis
supposed to know?
Hopper move. You can tell, you can feel his touch on this movie. And I like that about the movie. You know what I mean?
can't
Dennis Hopper
imagine.
doesn't care that it's kind of stupid and stuff like that. He's very enthusiastic. I like that about him.
I can't imagine how fucked up LA County Jail must be. That's got to be one of the biggest county jails in the country, and I'm sure it's insane in there.
I looked up. I read like I was like reading the LAPD Wikipedia, while watching this movie, and LAPD is the third largest police department. The other two are New York and Chicago. So I imagine Rikers, that's the one in New York. That's the most fucked up jail, and then whatever the Chicago one has to be absolutely terrible.
I mean, isn't LA much bigger than Chicago? That's surprising. Or Chicago is bigger by a number of policemen.
Chicago has more policemen.
Yeah, okay. Chirac, they call it, right?
LA also has sheriffs. I don't know. Maybe we have more.
Oh, that's true. Maybe it's like a technicality because they have the police department and the sheriff's department, LA County Sheriff's Department.
West Beverly Hills is its own police department. A lot of crime out there.
Oh yeah, the biggest criminals are out there. You guys know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, buddy.
Yeah.
You never see San Francisco County sheriffs. They must just only work in the jail because you never see them, right? You see SFPD, but I never see the sheriffs.
You see them at City Hall or
Well,
the courthouse?
Probably
The courthouse, maybe.
Yeah.
It's yeah, they don't do much.
Yeah.
San
And
Francisco is also very, very small, which
Yes.
is unusual for a city that dense.
It's an island,
To be a city and a county, it's a peninsula, sir.
peninsula.
Why did the regular LAPD cops hate the crash cops? I didn't quite understand that. Why was there animosity
What
between
is
the two?
even a crash cop? That's the one thing they never explain in the movie, and it's a real program. Crash.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
looked it up. It's a real program. So in this movie, the crash cops deal with homicide, drug dealing. There's a scene where they're in Venice. They have I don't understand where they're supposed to be working, what their territory is. They drive around everywhere. They're just part of the gang program.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I don't
I didn't
know.
get it. I didn't get any of it. It didn't
They're like
make any
vice
sense.
cops
no
plus murder.
gangs. It's like no, they investigate gang, but yeah, it's like a gang.
I guess
Gang
this is
what?
before there were gang
Murders,
units.
robberies,
Focused on
drug
gangs, I
dealing.
guess.
I don't understand. Also, the other thing that drove me crazy in this movie is when they raided the girlfriend's place and killed Killer B. They don't have SWAT. Same thing when they raid the fire extinguisher guy in
Isn't
his little hut. They don't have SWAT teams. They're just like they got their 6 shooters and they have like a dopey ass little jack, like a windbreaker, and maybe a vest.
wasn't this before SWAT?
No, the SWAT team existed in the
Oh, yeah.
70s in LA.
Yeah,
That's
you're
where
right,
it
you're
came
right.
from.
Yeah, I did notice that too, that they weren't wearing vests. You'll also notice that now cops wear plate armor over the top of their vests because Robert Duvall got shot with a rifle, and your regular bulletproof vest will not stop rifle bullets. It'll only stop pistol rounds.
Oh, like I was kind of confused by that.
Yeah, so now you see cops dressed like army soldiers where they have the bulletproof vest underneath their shirt, and then over the top they have the plate armor, which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
The other difference I noticed too in this movie is they're all carrying nightsticks and billy clubs. You don't see cops carrying nightsticks anymore. I'm assuming that was after the Rodney King beating, they stopped carrying them. But
You
know,
do see them beat the shit out of people in this movie, though.
yeah, that was realistic. I mean, cops carry nightsticks like during riot gear and stuff like that, but you don't
Right.
see them just carrying walking around anymore.
They also have shields now and
Twirling it while whistling.
Yeah, exactly.
helmets,
Yeah.
face masks. They have like so much more stuff.
Yeah, it's like they're going out like their fucking mom is saying like you can't skate unless you wear your elbows and pads and knee pads, and they're like, you know what I mean? They look like little pussies. If they were tough, they would go out with nothing.
Well, now also Cash Patel is making the FBI dress in military camo.
What?
That's his big
Yeah.
move. Fashion,
Yeah.
a fashion move.
They have like camo.
It's cool.
They look like soldiers.
What do you mean that the FBI instead of like looking like Mulder and Scully or
Yeah,
something?
instead of they should have camouflage suits. That would be cool.
They should wear fucking suit and tie,
Yeah,
you know?
but no, they weren't camo.
That's how I remember the FBI growing up in movies. It's like, hey, the feds are here. They got their suit and their tie. Did you notice the black FBI agent from Die Hard is in the movie?
No.
He's
Uh,
also he's in the 21st Street Gang. He played the character Looney Tunes,
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, you know who else is in this movie is
the guy from UHF.
yeah, that's exactly
Frog.
what I was gonna say. Frog
Who-
is
He's a really good actor. He has a lazy eye.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just noticed that in this movie. I didn't notice that
I
before.
never
but yeah.
forget an actor with a lazy eye. Those are like the ones that I always will remember.
He died during the making of UHF. He was hit by a drunk driver, or he was in a car
Oh,
accident.
shit.
Jesus.
He died.
He's so funny in UHF.
He
It's
says he teaches poodles how to fly.
great. Yeah. Oh yeah, he throws them out the window.
And he says, badgers? We don't need no stinking badgers.
Trinidad Silva.
Oh, Mike,
Junior.
you're going to love this on the Wikipedia. Crash was subject of the Rampart scandal from 1997, which exposed widespread police corruption within the unit assigned to the LAPD's Rampart division.
Yes, I do like that. It's been disbanded, thank God, I'm sure.
What LA division hasn't been like had like major corruption?
I looked up the gangs of Los Angeles, and there was a related article, the gangs of the LAPD.
Yeah.
Or the LA
Yeah,
sheriff. And there's
Well,
so many.
dude. when there was like the opening crawl of this movie, and it was like it was said like L.A. County Sheriff's Department, and then like gang divisions. It's like, I assumed it meant gangs in the L.A. County Sheriff's Department. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's twisted, bro.
I just assumed that it was like that, and then I was like, oh, I was getting excited. I was like, oh, that's cool. This movie's about that before everybody was talking about it or whatever, and then it's actually
Well, they stay.
about cops
They
who
are
aren't
a
into-
gang in the
Right.
movie. That is one of the like themes, is that the police
is that
department
the
is a gang.
Crash
But
is
it's
a gang or whatever, or the police
Yeah.
department. Yeah. Well,
it's true. So yeah, so the guy in Training Day would have been part of Crash.
And Rampart, the guy was Woody Harrelson in Crash and Rampart.
Yeah, and the Rampart scandal took place in Echo Park, where all these movies take place. Echo Park, but also like MacArthur Park, all these fucking horrible neighborhoods in LA that you drive through and you're
it's
like,
a beautiful
"Ugh, this-
park.
MacArthur Park.
Taken many women on dates at MacArthur Park.
Here's a little tip. If you want to buy heroin in LA, the best two places to cop are Skid Row and MacArthur Park.
Yeah.
That's the rumor.
You know, you're also right that Rafael Perez, the guy that Alonso is based off of, was an officer with the Crash task force.
Yes,
Yeah.
the gang task force.
Yes, yeah.
And they have the
Oh,
money.
Lord.
That's the thing. That's the other thing in this movie you don't really see is the gangs with the money, because we have Rocket has a van, and they have some guns, and they smoke some sherm, and the 21st Street kind of hangs out in a shitty, like, broken, abandoned building, and we see like the Crips. They have like a trap house, like a flop house, but they're not really showing off them making money selling drugs or doing anything.
Yeah. Nobody's making any money.
They should. That's like a big part of why people join gangs. In the movie, they make it seem like it's like a familia. It's my familia. It's mi barrio.
Yeah.
Love and respect. I feel better.
It's more like a clubhouse kind of thing. It's like a fun little club.
Also, why did Rocket kill that guy in the first scene in the movie? What's up, blood?
Just, gang stuff.
You wouldn't
Right.
understand the Crips and the blood. You know, you're not a Crip, William. You wouldn't understand.
I'm not a Crip.
Rafael
it's like
Antonio
back then.
Lopez, an officer with the Community Resource Against Street Hoodlums, was involved in numerous crimes and corruption, notably the shooting and framing of Javier Ovando, in addition to the theft and resale of $800,000 of cocaine.
Yeah, see, I'm talking like real money,
Yeah.
like
$100,000.
real money, like
From LAPD evidence lockers.
Like like over a long period of time, maybe, or
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
over a
yeah,
long
yeah,
period of
yeah.
time, yes.
So you
they
take
kind of
a-
office spaced it a little bit.
It's like
he's
when I worked
a
at
little bit.
Costco. It's like when I worked at Costco and I would
Yeah,
steal
you stole the
cigarettes,
cigarettes. Yeah, that's another.
and I would sell them. Or I worked at Suncoast and I'd steal the DVDs and sell them. He would steal the kilos, and then he would sell them to the gangs, and then the gangs would sell it.
Yeah.
Just like the cops in American Gangster as well.
What's
They
the
were
problem?
they were
with that?
stealing the
I
heroin.
mean,
and
what's the big
reselling it.
deal? They're just going to be. The drugs are just going to be sitting there unused.
Why are they keeping it in the fucking evidence locker?
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to
Why
do
is
with it? Burn it?
It's either a
Yes.
cop steals it or
Okay,
somebody
okay,
like Mike
okay.
finds it and like snorts it all.
I would.
You know what I mean? Find it while you're working. You're like, damn,
Like
I
a
got
cockroach, he's just laying on the floor in the evidence room.
I'd be a great crooked cop for sure. I would be the best
Ooh,
crooked
yeah.
cop, but I would probably get killed.
Why would you get killed?
They would just kill me. I would be too bad. That'd be too bad. You'd have to. Maybe the
The
cops,
cops
would kill
killing
me. I
you,
don't
or
know.
the
I have
are
no
the
idea.
criminals?
I don't know. You can't play both sides,
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Would you ever, be a gambling cop like Bad Lieutenant and gamble the bets of the other cops?
Yes, I would hustle other cops. 100%.
So is that what he was doing? He was taking the bets from his partners and then gambling with their money, right?
And he was betting against them. and
Yes.
trying to try to get his money back. He was trying to tell them to bet the wrong way.
That's a good plan.
And then he bet the other way and he was wrong. So he lost double money. He's a
Oh
genius.
fuck! It's a good plan as long as that doesn't happen.
And he's killed by the bookies and at the end of the movie,
Yeah,
or the
yes.
cops.
No, I think it's the bookies.
The
Yeah,
bookie from the club.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, blow your house up," and blah 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 blah.
What did you think of the love scene between Sean Penn and this beautiful woman? We didn't talk about it. You said her boobs. You said she was skinny, but the way the camera moved around,
It was
I thought
hot.
it was highly
give you that.
cinematic.
Yeah.
But then he spray painted that little kid's face. That's her cousin. So she dumps him. And then he goes to there's a drive-by at a party because,
They're
They're-
trying to kill Frog for ratting.
they're trying to kill Frog for ratting. But
Looney
hold on.
Tune is just railing.
They
her
knew
out.
Frog. They were so smart. They figured out the Frog thing very quickly, even though Damon Wayans was causing all the problems. But anyway,
Is Damon
Frog didn't know.
Wayans-
Frog didn't know how they found out. He thought the cops leaked it.
They did. Damon Wayans was just talking to his other homeboy. Frog overheard it and then told
Robert
Told-
Duvall, but Robert
Yeah.
Duvall didn't tell anyone it was Frog.
yes, he
He just
did. outside of the
I thought he said, I have a source.
no, but then he said it after he said his name after it.
Uh,
Am I tripping? I could have sworn he.
I
he
feel
said
like
his
he
name.
didn't say the name, but
Okay,
it
maybe
doesn't
not.
matter. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because Frog is a rat. So
Yeah.
what was he thinking?
Yeah.
This guy was nice to me, Holmes.
Rapport. We have rapport.
Anyway,
Or
I'll
it does
give you
kind of sound like a cholo word that they would say. Like, orale.
They say Charlie.
Charlie
right?
way. And they
They
say
say that
orale
too.
a lot too.
Yeah.
But anyway, at the
Simone,
party,
they say Simone a lot.
who does Sean Penn see at the party? In the back room.
Just getting railed. Just getting railed out.
She's not.
By Looney Tunes.
Yeah, she was. What do you think she
Wait.
was doing back there when she was
Maria
putting her-
Conchita Alonso? Or are you talking about
Yes, that was her.
Maria
Putting-
Conchita Alonso was fucking the guy from
Looney
Cool
Tunes.
Runnings?
What did you miss
No,
that?
she's fucking the guy.
Oh, but they're not fucking. She's like she's in like lingerie.
She's getting dressed.
Anything
and,
could have happened.
and Looney Tunes comes out, which is the coolest nickname in the movie.
I guess I forgot who Looney Tunes was.
He's the FBI agent from Die Hard.
Okay.
He's very built. He's very strapping. He's tall, like a football player.
Oh yes,
He
yes.
He comes out and then she's like, "Oh, what's the matter?"
She's all sledded up too with her makeup. She's got like heavy makeup on.
And Sean Penn's like, "Ew, oh," and he has to go puke. Oh God! And Robert Duvall's all sad because the only person who died at the drive-by was a neighbor, a little girl. The family was devastated.
Yeah.
It's
What are you gonna
powerful.
do?
It's powerful. Drive-bys. I used to scare me as a kid. I was like, "Am I going to die in a drive-by?"
In the rough streets of Castro Valley.
Yeah.
Well, I was in San Francisco in
Right, I know.
in a
But
Mexican neighborhood.
Were there drive-bys in San Francisco?
Yeah,
I don't know.
all the time, bro.
There's ooze. Yeah, there's
There were
a
Mexicans and blacks, and I was scared.
right. That's basically the same thing. So, but remember the kid? There's a white kid with a toy water Uzi. Remember they used to sell like water guns that looked
Oh,
just
yeah.
like real Uzis.
Yes.
Apparently. Damn. What
Then
a
they
toy.
started. Then they made it that you had to have an orange tip on them or something.
Yeah, that's
and
such bullshit.
and now they
dude.
just make them all different colors, so they don't look like they're not black. They don't look like pistols.
Well, the cops would constantly shoot kids with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a buzzkill, dude, for them to change the toy.
Now, some people consider this movie to be to not have aged well
Why so?
because of its depiction of the police and its depiction of their tactics and crime in the inner city. But I couldn't
Wow.
really fit. But no
What do you
one
mean?
talks about this movie, so I don't really know. I just read a bunch of reviews on Letterboxd, like George Floyd and this and that, and the cops. You know, the cops
just
aren't even. We're not even dealing with like the deeper problems with like inequality in America and colors.
how could this movie made in 1988 not be, be sensitive to this stuff that we're talking about in 2025?
I feel like it's on the way there, though. I mean, more so than Dirty Harry, right? I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's trying. It's making baby steps. Like, hey, like maybe the rogue cop thing is bad, and that's what every single '80s cop movie is.
In present day movies, they never show cops in a negative light. Never. It just doesn't happen. You can't name a movie in the last 10 years that was like The Bad Lieutenant.
Well, they also
I thought
don't
Colors was
make
more realistic.
they don't make movies about
Well,
cops
well,
anymore.
the cops aren't
That
the
too.
protagonists. Yeah, is the thing, I think. In like those movies, if a movie is saying a cop is bad, that like he's not the protagonist of the movie. There's cop movies now still that are like, I don't know, fucking. I keep just picturing LL Cool
The
J.
Heat with Melissa McCarthy
That's not right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're all
or
like,
Kevin. They'll have like Kevin Hart or The Rock in them. I don't fucking know.
Dog Man.
but those are all like good
Dog
cops.
Man is a
Yeah.
fucking propaganda.
Yeah, it
Oh,
totally
yeah,
is.
you did
He's
see
the new
Dog Man.
McGruff. He's like the new McGruff.
Dude, we should fucking
You want to
save.
watch Dog Man?
I gotta watch Dog Man. But yeah, no, I don't know. But I think that one of the things I liked about this movie, I thought that there was some really what? Well,
I was just laughing about the scene where Sean Penn beats up Glenn Plummer in the kitchen of that after that chase
Pretty
scene.
good
He's like, "Come
stuff.
on, let's fucking fight!" And he just starts like punching him,
he's like,
Drops
"Let me
his
see your
gun.
face," and punches him in the face. That was
burns
pretty
him.
cool. That was a
They
good chase
burn him
scene.
on.
I knew that was going to happen when I saw the stove. I'm
You
like,
gotta-
they're
you
definitely
gotta-
going to burn him on that.
What about when he crashes his
Chekhov's
bike
stove.
and he flips head over heels through the window? That's amazing.
That stunt person looked really funny too. It looked nothing like what's his.
You got to
bucket.
clip that shit.
Yeah.
I love picturing Dennis Hopper directing a car chase scenes and stuff, like the really crazy shit, because I could tell that he's getting
Having
really
fun.
excited and having fun. Yeah.
Was this the first movie he directed?
No, he directed Easy Rider.
And he
Oh.
directed Out
Out
of the Blue.
Oh, okay.
The actor Dennis Hopper, Mike.
Yes, I know who Dennis Hopper is.
Remember Out of the Blue?
Yes. No.
The movie about the little girl that we watched on the podcast.
No. Is that the one with the fish that died at the beginning?
Remember the little girl and her dad goes to jail for driving a semi truck into a school bus?
Oh, yes. The girl, the kill all hippies girl. Yeah.
yeah. William
Here's Dennis
Screen Shane.
Hopper on the set of Colors with a bunch of guys doing gang signs.
Cool.
That's funny.
So yeah, he's having fun.
But I was saying, I thought there was some really good, like little well-observed truths in this movie, like small moments that I felt like was Dennis Hopper touches in a good way. Like, there's a part where after the first drive-by where the blood gets killed, like the mom is like screaming, crying or whatever, in like the red light of the cop car, and the cops are like holding her back, or somebody's holding her back, and the mom's like hysterical or whatever, and the cop and like Robert Duvall and stuff is like trying to figure out who to talk to and stuff, and a little kid goes, she saw it and points to like the neighbor,
Old lady.
yeah, the old lady. But I feel like there was so much detail in the choice of making the little kid like step up and say she saw it, because it's like, oh, that was like that guy who got killed, that was like his little brother, and his mom, the guy's mom, is like hysterically crying, so that little boy sees his mom crying and is like, I have to step up and be the man right now. So he like, that's in that little thing of him saying she saw it was like the little boy. There's just so much backstory to that. That was like a really good little thing, I thought.
There's good kids and like good kid acting, and like the kids look real, and no one looks fake except for Courtney Gaines, the guy from the Burbs. He's the only one who looks like he's not at all in a gang, and he's
I'd
like,
love to be the white guy in a gang movie
and
that looks completely out of place and
but he also looks so high in every scene. His like face is like all
What about
like
Damon
his eyes are all
Wayans?
squinted.
And he
Damon
was
Wayans
super high in that one scene.
I know Damon Wayans is on PCP, but is he acting like a human being
with the rabbit.
like a real
Yeah,
human?
what the hell was that? That shit was hella funny.
When we were kids, we thought that was the funniest thing in the world. Damon Wayans in his underwear. That's my rabbit. Give me that. We're like, ha ha ha.
What was he doing? Dancing inside of like a closed store or
You
something?
take the PCP, you break into the store, you take off all your
Oh.
clothes, you start dancing around with the giant rabbit.
Damn, that does sound fun.
I was gonna say the opposite about PCP. I've never heard anyone say like, yeah, I had a great time on PCP. It felt really good. I had a good time.
I went camping. I did PCP while I was camping, and it totally changed my life. I feel so good right now.
In touch with nature, and
Yeah.
this, I learn. I'm one with everything. I don't hear that from PCP.
A guy I know told me it was like mild acid.
One time I was given something that I was told was PCP, and we smoked it, and it did not feel good. My vision was just blurry, and I felt like shit. I don't know what it was. It could have been anything, but yeah, it was not a pleasurable experience.
Mm.
You better
That
just try
sucks.
PCP, Mike. Just like you gotta be like, are you sure this is PCP?
Yeah,
And make the guy say yes,
I could probably get a
And then-
Regent test for it.
and then try it, and then let us know.
I
Next
should.
week
Angel
on the
dust.
podcast.
Yeah.
Angel dust. That's a beautiful fucking nickname for a drug.
It makes you feel like that sounds pretty good. I'll take some angel dust. Good branding, like the porta potty thing I was saying. iToilet or something like that. You got to do like a new sort of startup-y kind of sound for porta potties.
Angel toilet.
Toilet without the E.
What about angel bust?
What about Christian crappers?
Ooh,
That'd be
cool.
a good one.
Yeah, well, that's
I
a
like
good
that.
idea. Appeal to the Christian crowd.
Yeah. Put a little cross on the side of it.
Yeah, now you're talking.
Big cross.
You got to go big with the crosses if you want to try to get the Christians.
Put Jesus in the bottom.
Yeah.
Shit on his face.
Put the
Back of
cross
the
right in
urinal.
the, be careful where you put the cross.
You got the
in this.
devil down there. You got the devil looking up at
Ooh.
your ass.
There you go. There
You
you
shit on the
go.
devil.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like a lot of Christians are listening to this right now and being like, damn, I want to shit in this porta potty on this devil's face.
I need to rent a porta potty from Men on Film.
Can does your sister still have the porta potties?
I think so. You want him?
No, I'm saying you could tell her about this devil idea.
It needs a brand. It's like a good product. We just need a good branding.
Or she could just say like, whoever you don't like, I'll put their picture on the bottom of this toilet if you buy my porta potty.
Ooh. Oh, this is a business idea I can get behind. We got to do this on Shark Tank.
Do it to have like pictures of Trump and sell it to like libtards. Have pictures of Biden or somebody and sell it to MAGA people.
Put
Kamala.
your picture in there and sell it to myself.
Paint them red. MAGA toilets. MAGA porta potties.
Oh,
I'll take
shit.
one of me too. In there.
MAGA. Make
MAGA?
America a toilet again.
Ooh, I like it. Make America turd again.
We kid. We have
I
fun.
turd,
But,
I
this movie's serious. And at the end of the movie, what happens to Robert Duvall? He gets shot.
He gets his
dies.
penis shot off.
That's
They try to kill Sean Penn, Pac-Man, because everybody hates him. But they shot
that-
Robert Duvall
with
and
a
he
cool
died.
Mini 14 rifle. That rifle was sick.
Yeah, that was a good rifle. I'd love to get shot by that.
Made me sad. When I was a little kid, I would watch that scene. It made me sad. A lot of times I'm watching this movie, I'm like, when I was a kid, I felt an emotion, and now I don't feel anything.
Yeah,
Like-
damn.
Like Robert Duvall dying,
That
I'm
sucks,
like,
dude.
Yeah,
I
you might
feel
want to
nothing.
see a psychologist about that.
did
or
you
something.
feel
a
something
bummer.
watching that scene?
No, absolutely not.
I was pissed that Sean Penn didn't get killed. That made me mad.
Mike's only emotion that he has left is raw anger,
That's true. That's very
Yeah.
true. Hey,
rage.
Lilo and Stitch made me tear up a little bit. I'll be perfectly
Oh,
honest
nice.
with you. My daughter saw me cry, and now she will never respect me.
Yeah, dude, she'll
And
be
I'm
like, "You cried at the live action Lilo and Stitch." You're
Yes,
fucking
that's.
idiot.
Hey,
So
what are
your
you?
daughter's-
What are you crying? No,
Your
No, I'm not
daughter's looking at
crying.
you like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she was.
Not crying. Um,
Got something in my
Robert
eye.
Hey,
Duvall
you're
is he's one of our baldest actors, by the way, right, guys?
I remember when we were
Ed
kids.
Harris.
I remember when we were
No,
kids, we
Robert
were like,
Duvall is balder, I think.
we were reading the Guinness Book of World Records or something, and it named Robert Duvall as the finest actor of our generation. And I
You
just, it
mean
was,
you
Of
mean
his
like you mean hottest or you
oh
mean like
yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
fine?
That too. Yeah, he is fine with that fucking
Talking about like
Friar Tuck hairdo.
yeah,
What about Brando? I mean, it's
talking
not
about
like
Aaliyah.
who would even say Robert Duvall? It's so funny.
Yeah,
He must have had a really good publicist.
yeah. It was a fun. It was. Yeah, I can't remember
This
where
is
I
the
read it.
bald motherfucker, though, guys. Let's face it. I cannot believe how bald this guy is. If I'd rather be that bald than like the thin bald thing.
I think we should also throw out how this could be
It's pretty cool.
the spiritual sequel to American Me. Like this is where American Me went after 20 years or so. And then it is the spiritual prequel to Falling Down, where Robert Duvall becomes a detective and is basically doing the same role in the same area.
That's
Plus,
a fun idea, Mike.
Thank
we
you.
didn't talk about it and the Devil in a Blue Dress, like that neighborhood at the end when they have that, they pull the camera back and it's like, oh, South Central is this nice neighborhood for black people. They were going to make sequels because the book has a bunch of sequels and the neighborhood gets like shittier.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
this would have been the shitty version where the Crips took over his house. And at the end, like
you
that's
go.
where like John Cheadle lives, is Denzel
Oh yeah.
Washington's like dream home.
Oh, and
What
it's
about
like
that
a
cool?
trap house. Yeah.
What about that cool showdown between Looney Tunes and Don Cheadle Rocket with their Uzis?
Why did he hesitate? Yeah,
Dennis Hopper's like, yeah. They threw a fucking grenade in their house and then they blew up and then they stumbled out and they shot all the guys as they wandered out.
it was a good plan.
Yeah, and it worked and they killed them all. And then the
Mario
cops
Lopez shooting an Uzi.
immediately arresting them. That
It was really
as they
smart to yeah.
party with all your guns.
Yeah, that was a great idea. Out on the side of a hill somewhere,
You want to involve the guns in the party. They were a part
Yeah.
of the
There's a lot of hills in the east side.
True,
But yeah.
true.
What about when they jumped in the little kid? All right, you want to join the gang?
That would be a
Jump
fun
up.
scene as an actor. Just be
The
able to
fake
punch a kid.
fake punching him. Those
Yeah,
punches
fake
didn't
punch.
look real. Am I wrong?
I agree.
I
They
thought
were
that
like-
was fucking crazy.
It's it's always funny in movies how they portray fights like that, how it's like this big squabble. If you took one solid punch to the face, I mean it's pretty much over that in that case. And also every fight always ends up on the ground. You're not standing there like fisticuffs fighting. That never happens. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, put up your dukes, sir.
Yeah, no. Like the one good punch from a non-gloved hand, that shit will fuck you up.
Yeah.
They can't pull it off. It's too violent and it's too the adrenaline of people in a fight is like off the charts and it's really hard to recreate. Like
For
you just
sure,
can't
for
get
sure.
you can't get that. And like the room clearing effect of it. I remember that fight. Remember were you there in when Ken McCarthy got in the fight in geometry class that one day? That was fucking intense.
I was probably there, but I don't remember.
Loyal listener, Ken McCarthy.
Who the hell is Ken McCarthy? White guy?
Yes.
Spiked
Was that
hair?
him? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I don't. I remember the guy, but I don't remember the fight.
He got in a
Frosted Tips.
I remember I gave him a silver quarter for drinking an entire bottle of that little bottle of stuff that makes your breath smell good. That was really
Banaka?
popular.
Listerine.
Yeah, he drank the full bottle of Vanaka, and I gave him a quarter, a
gave
silver
him-
quarter.
What do you mean a silver quarter?
Pre 1955 quarter or 1965
Oh.
quarters are solid silver. It's either 55 or 65. I can't remember.
Better hold on to that. There's going to be a silver run any day.
I have silver.
Oh, thank God.
Where in
In
your
the future-
where in your home do you have silver?
Inside a little green box
Where do you keep it?
on the shelf.
Where?
Come
I'm
and get
gonna
me.
rob-
Come and get me. I only have
I'm
one. I
coming.
only have one room, bro. Okay.
I'm gonna
So
die for some
coming.
silver. I'm gonna do a home invasion and die
I
for
think
some.
Adam needs 50 pieces of silver is probably what he would like to have. And he should collect 50 pieces of silver.
Is this a Judas?
Yes.
Okay. That was kind of Judasy of me. I'm a little Judas.
Harvey Keitel, the best Judas in movie history. Last Temptation.
Never saw it.
Oh my
What?
God. You've never seen The Last Temptation of Christ?
I'm a bad Christian.
What other Scorsese
Who's
movies
Jesus?
haven't
Which
you
one?
seen?
Oh, Willem Dafoe's Jesus. What
Have
other
you seen
Scorsese
Color
movies?
Money? The Tom Cruise one. Most people haven't seen that one.
I don't think so. I've seen
That's-
part of it on TV. I think.
The
Color
sequel
Money
to
is
the sequel to The Hustler.
that movie fucking
That's cool.
rules.
To have a sequel. You know what I mean?
Are you a big Jackie Gleason fan, Mike?
Jackie Gleason is amazing. I mean, and I know they call him the great one, but in watching like little clips, I've never seen anything that he's not amazing in. And him playing Minnesota Fats in The Hustler is, I mean, that's like one of the coolest characters of all time.
That's how I feel about
his-
Kevin James.
His
So
he is a genius. When he did The Honeymooners, he wouldn't rehearse, and they would shoot it live, and he would be the one person in the cast who hadn't rehearsed with anyone.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
he would just
even
do it live. But his one horrible project,
Kevin
his,
James
like,
did that too on King of Queens.
his notorious project is Caddyshack 2.
Oh, I don't remember that.
No, wait, that's Jackie Mason. Never mind. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I'm
even
sorry, Jackie
watching
Gleason.
Jackie Gleason like host his, I think he had like a talk show kind of deal or
Yeah.
a variety show. I mean, he is unbelievably charismatic. I mean, just it's unbelievable how charismatic he is.
Like, what is he like?
What does charisma look like? I don't really know how to describe that. But he is.
Well, just give me like a idea of
He's-
what Jackie Mason does on his show, because I
Jackie
don't know what he means.
Gleason,
Funny,
not Jackie,
or
not Jackie
whatever.
Mason.
This fucking idiot guy.
He's
I'm the only
funny.
Jackie I care about is Jackie Chan. Okay,
It's
guys.
funny. He's exciting.
Have
the
you
way
ever
he
seen
talks.
Smokey in the
Okay.
Bandit?
Oh my god! When he
Yeah,
orders
I
that
have seen
Diablo sandwich, that scene is amazing.
Make it snappy. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
I think he wants a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper or something. That scene is so good.
That's a good Texas order.
He blows away Burt Reynolds, who is the king of charisma, also
For sure.
laid back charisma. Oh my god!
What kind of
Jack-
charisma is that? Like, what would that look like? What is?
I don't know
You
if
be
he rehearsed.
William
I don't know
be
if he,
Burt Reynolds.
He's like,
and,
I don't know if
and
he-
Mike, you be Jackie Gleason.
I'm Burt Reynolds. I'm cool. I'm cool.
Oh, Mike
I'm
jumped right into
tall
the
and
Burt Reynolds.
thin.
yeah, I don't have to rehearse either.
I'm cool. I do Playgirl.
I'm
Oh,
drunk.
yeah, that's my favorite story.
I beat Sally Field. He got tricked.
He
that's
beat
his
up
defense.
Sally Field.
He beat up Sally Field, and then also he got tricked into doing Playgirl. He was very unhappy.
Yeah, because he thought it was for what the women read it. You're saying
Yes.
that's one of my favorite.
That's what he
Hollywood
said.
stories. Of course, I mean, yeah, I could see a stupid guy making that mistake, being like, "Yeah, fuck, I'll do Playgirl," because Playboy's for men, right? So Playgirl.
Just thinking girls are looking at it, flipping their bean to him,
Yeah.
which is hilarious.
Yeah,
His humongous hair, his hairy bush. Such you want to see a good bush.
Oh,
Burt
yeah.
Reynolds.
oh yeah, he would have been killing it these days. 'cause
Now this I'm
Bush is
Googling.
back. I wonder if that'd be cool if Robert Duvall had no pubes because he's so bald.
The curtain
Like in the
matches
middle?
the carpet.
Oh yeah, it's just like he has like a little cup shape on, or his balls have pubes, like the back of his hair, but not the top part.
Well, I think it would be better if it kind of crested over the top of his cock as
Okay,
opposed to
okay.
underneath, and not like a beard, but more
Like a
of
Friar Tuck kind of
yes,
look.
definitely.
I see.
Or a mustache on his penis would also be funny.
Oh, that's cool. What if he had a Brazilian, or like, what about a landing strip? I mean,
That'd be funny.
Like a Speedo.
yeah,
Like in
just
his
naturally
backyard
grew in
party.
like that.
Like his backyard party with Sean Penn that he
Yeah,
has in the movie and his kids, and he's just like in a red Speedo, like MC Hammer and the Pumps in a Bump.
yeah, half shaved pubes like
Video.
Jenna Bush.
Wasn't his wife a little old to be having a baby?
I was thinking
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
But I think that was her point. She was like, "Well, we didn't expect this, but
The baby did look a little retarded, but I don't think it was supposed to be or actually was retarded. I just thought it kind of looked a little fetal alcohol syndrome-y.
That'd be cool if you were casting a baby for like a couple that is a little older, and then you just specifically cast a baby that looked retarded.
That would be cool. I would support that.
I want to be a casting director that is only trying to cast babies
And at
that
that
look
age,
retarded for old
retarded is
couples.
a technical term.
In baby age, you're saying?
Yes.
When does it stop becoming a technical term?
I can't remember. It's like 5 or 7 or something like that. My sister was explaining
Then
it
it
to
becomes
me.
bad and me.
I don't know what it is. It's like disabled or mentally divergent or something. I don't know.
Okay. Damn.
But retardation is a technical term.
Well, ratings. What do we give the movie? I give it a 3.5 stars. I wish it was better. There's a few scenes that are silly that hold it back, but I really like the naturalistic flow of the movie, the pacing, the acting. It just has this like watchable. I was just like, I wasn't bored watching it, even though it's 2 hours, 7 minutes long.
Yeah. I feel like you could go 4, I think, too.
I would, but except for that motor, like the car chase.
But they're
It's
still
so
it's still fun to
dumb.
watch. It's crazy and stupid and stuff, but it's still fun the movie is fun to watch.
Damon Wayans. I mean, there's
Damon
like
Wayans is
there's
pretty
silly
stupid.
things in the movie.
Why is Damon Wayans doing this? Why does he do this stuff?
Come on, man. I'm stoned.
What if he just
Just
didn't know how black people other black people acted, and that's how he just thought that that's why all the Wayans are so weird because they just think they're trying to fit in with other black people with the
Ever see Mo Money? Now that's a movie. Marlon Wayans.
Ooh, boy,
His
oh
debut.
boy.
And Damon Wayans, of course.
More of a Sean Wayans guy.
I mean, it's no internal affairs, right, Mike?
not at all. I mean, I was gonna give this movie a 4, but I knocked it down to 3.75 because I didn't like that Sean Penn didn't get killed. I didn't like that Robert Duvall got killed. But it was entertaining. And but the other thing I didn't really like about it, like I said, is how serious this movie was trying to take itself. Like that beginning little text and all that. It thinks it's more important than it is. And just to touch on the guns real quick, one thing I noticed is there's a lot of cool guns in this movie. This is
Uzis, a lot of Uzis.
Uzis, rifles. This is before, like we were talking earlier. This is before the assault rifles ban, which was 1994. This is 1988. So those guns were available. You could get those guns back then. You could get grenades back then.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the other thing I noticed too is all the cops, the majority of the cops we were talking about before, how we're starting to see the changeover from revolvers to semi-automatics. All the cops in this movie had revolvers, except for Robert Duvall had a Beretta 92, a semi-automatic.
He had a Duvolver.
Which I thought it would be the opposite. You know, the older
I'm
cop would be using the revolver. The newer cop, like Sean Penn, would be using his semi-auto. But
Oh, that'd have been a nice touch. Did you guys hear
Yeah.
the thing I said about Robert Duvall having a Duvolver?
yes.
Yeah, you should do a do-over for that one.
Oh,
man.
got
Yeah, you're
him.
right. Because Mike was talking over me. I get what you're saying. He kind of ruined
No,
the joke.
you were
It would have
trying.
been really funny
You were
if it
trying
was.
to talk over me. I was in the middle of talking about something.
Yeah, Adam, you're over.
Yeah,
No,
that's
you're
a-
an over
that's-
talker.
You try to talk
That's
in
true.
front of me like my daughter says you do.
Fuck your daughter, man.
What?
Fuck her.
Oh, my
Oh,
god!
We got beef. We got
Now,
beef.
well, I guess
I'm
we can't-
beefing
I
with your
guess-
daughter.
I guess this is how the Bloods and the Crips separation happens.
Yeah.
It's an insult over a
I'm
child.
gonna
Isn't
fucking
it funny?
shoot your daughter with an Uzi.
Now we can't.
it
Now,
funny?
now she can't listen to this episode.
The Bloods and the Crips can't get along when they have so much in common.
I was actually thinking about that. What made the Blood and Crip split? Like, I know that the Bloods came around as an answer to the Crips, but where was their split? I don't understand why that happened. For example, the Norteño and Sureño split was what I've been told was about a pair of sandals within San Quentin, that there was an argument over sandals, and then these two groups got created. What was the impetus for the Bloods and the Crips to separate?
They've had a
There are-
gang war since 1971. It has mostly taken place in American cities.
The
except
Crips
for-
were first.
Oh my God. This is a long article.
Community reaction in
Territory.
progress.
The Crips and Bloods went to war with each other to defend their territory. They fought over their with cheap Saturday night special handguns, switchblades, Molotovs, cocktails, hand-to-hand combat. They killed someone. They started killing people, and then they got
Sure. Just when it got out of hand.
Hey, Mike, you were saying that you don't like how or you wanted Sean Penn to die, but but Robert Duvall dying sets up the kind of thing at the little twist at the end that we haven't really talked about.
No, I understand why that happened. I just preferred it to happen the other way.
I'm just saying, what is the twist?
The twist is that Sean Penn becomes the veteran, and then the new Jack is the black dude, right?
And that's what Robert Duvall was telling him the whole time. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna fucking die because of you."
And I'm just gonna touch
I
on
don't
one
want
of
to
the
die,
things.
is what Robert Duvall was saying.
I don't want to sound like an idiot, but that whole thing with the bull and the cows, that whole thing, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that.
Here's
that
how
story
it works.
about. I get it. I get what they're saying, but I'm
You
telling.
walk down.
What is it? What's the story?
You think you have to run down and rape them all?
Yeah, I think the bull that runs down and tries to get up in
no.
no.
He's gonna
get more. He's gonna get more cow pussy than the one that's like, oh, I'm gonna walk down all cool and they're gonna come to me. No, you got to go out there. You got to get them cows.
I believe that's also in The Great Santini with also Robert Duvall, which is weird. And my grandpa used to love telling me that story, and my dad. They loved that joke. When I was a little kid.
What's the joke? I don't get the joke.
Remember how? Yeah, agreed. I don't.
You have more energy because you aren't tired.
No, the joke is that if you rush down there and you like beat one gang member, you'll get him, but you won't get anyone else. But if you walk down there and you talk to people and you're part of the community, you can fuck them all. But they don't. He ends up getting shot and killed.
Yeah, I see. That's a pretty funny joke.
A lot of irony.
That's not as good as my Duvolver joke, but that's pretty good. All right, it is as good.
What was your rating? Was it 4?
I think I would go 4. I'll give a 4 to give us a little split. Because I'm a 3.75
entertaining movie.
Too.
It's an entertaining movie. It's very well directed. The acting, the pacing.
The 2 hours went by. And I was not bored. I only looked at my phone a couple times.
You were pretty whiny at the when you texted us at the beginning of the movie, Mike.
Whiny? What do you mean?
You were like, "This is 2 hours." What are you talking about? You used like multiple question marks, like 2 hours long.
Well, yeah,
like 3 exclamation marks.
I hadn't even started the movie,
and
I hadn't even started the movie. I was just looking at the length of the movie.
I'm just saying,
and it said 2 hours.
I'm saying, you were being a little grumpy and whiny, and then you were fine. But now
we didn't talk about your favorite scene that you remembered, the funeral where they put the bullet in the guy's
that was tight. I remember
jacket.
That when I was a little kid.
And then they shot up the funeral. A lot of white critics complained and said that was unrealistic, but they said that happened while they were shooting the movie. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah. You know all your enemies are there, so why not hit that spot? It's fucked up, but I could definitely see it happening.
Well, what gang would you join?
Ooh, that's a good question.
White fence.
My son's favorite color is blue, so I'd join the Crips, so he'd think I was cool.
I'm Mexican. I'm joining white fence. I'm not Peckerwood, like you two.
Good job, man. Good job. We should make our own gang, the Peckerwood gang.
That's what I was going to say.
Proud Peckerwood.
Start my own gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Aryan Brotherhood on the inside, but what is the White Street Gang? I don't really know.
The cops are the White Street Gang in the movie.
Hells Angels?
Okay. Yeah, okay, that could be one. Yeah.
No, it's the cop. The point is that it's the cops, guys. You guys are missing the point. The point is that the cops are the
cops aren't white anymore. I hate to break it to you,
dude. That's fucked up.
Yep. Well, we had a good run. The Irish.
God bless.
The Irish police. Danny McGavin. That's Sean Penn's name.
Yeah, I caught that. We caught that.
Why'd they call him Pac-Man though?
The car was yellow.
Because he says he'd be eating up motherfuckers.
Gobbling up them.
Yeah.
Mofos.
That scene with the parking lot where he pulls up in the Pac-Man, all I could think of was the Big Lebowski part when they find his car. It kind of reminded me of that, with the cops all joking around and being a-holes.
Yeah. I kept thinking Frog was the Mexican cop in Big Lebowski, but it's not because Frog is dead.
Yeah.
We got them working in shifts. All right. Later.
Good night.